What is up, everyone, and welcome. And yeah, as the title implies, I'm bringing you a little versus battle between Thor, the Asgardian prince himself, versus Son Goku, aka Kakarot. The last battle I actually did was Kid Sasuke versus Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I recommend going to check that out. I did it with my buddy Mega Paul. And as I mentioned in one of my previous Q&As, I was thinking about doing Aquaman versus Thor. However, I decided to go ahead and do something some of you might find to be a little more interesting. Buu Saga Goku, specifically just Goku from Dragon Ball Z up until the Buu Saga versus your standard Thor. So without further ado, let's get to it. So I think we should start off with attack power first. Let's go over Goku. Now, Goku, let's just go ahead and put him at his best. As a Super Saiyan 3, he was able to actually go up against Kid Buu. Ultimately, he had an issue of stamina at this point, but nonetheless, it was shown he was able to fight and react and keep up with Kid Buu. This is the same Kid Buu who could slaughter a galaxy over a few years. That would be multi-solar system level. Now this makes sense because Fat Buu, who was weaker than Kid Buu, was above Super Perfect Cell, who could already destroy a solar system. And either way you look at it, Super Saiyan 3 Goku would at bare minimum be 4 times stronger than Super Perfect Cell at bare minimum. So either way we look at it, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is reaching the multi-solar system ranges. Now Thor actually has some comparable attack power that is actually comparable to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You see, Thor has actually went up against and actually dented the Silver Surfer. Yeah, gave him a huge headbutt, put a huge dent in his head. This is the same Silver Surfer who's actually survived a solar system blowing up on his body before. Can fly and tank exploding supernovas, fly right through them. And it has actually been stated by Thor's brother Loki, when Loki was fighting a bloodlusted Silver Surfer, Loki actually commented that Thor was actually still stronger than the Silver Surfer, and the Silver Surfer himself has actually destroyed a solar system before, and he's above other heralds like Nova who could casually destroy stars. Thor can also enter the Warrior's Madness, which gives him another 10 times increase on top of his already insane power. So you can easily see Thor is also reaching those multi-solar system ranges in terms of attack power. So right off the bat, it's easy to see both these guys have comparable attack power. So why don't we move on to speed? How about speed? Well, Goku as a Super Saiyan 3, like I mentioned, could keep up with Kid Buu. This is the same Kid Buu who could cross a galaxy over a few years, which already puts him much faster than the speed of light. Some fans have estimated and calculated this to be within the billions of times the speed of light. And if you're not okay with that, then Super Saiyan 3 Goku is still way faster than he was as a Super Saiyan on Namek. And on Namek, while he was a Super Saiyan, he was 100,000 times faster and stronger than Raditz, who had light speed reaction. So even on planet Namek as a Super Saiyan, Goku was 100,000 times the speed of light, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be faster than that. So what about Thor? Well, you see Thor, starting right off the bat, he can casually wave his hammer twice the speed of light. Heck, he can also throw that thing to the edge of a galaxy and back within 60 seconds. And again, some fans have actually calculated this to be in the billions as well. And keep in mind, Thor can fly with this thing. But it gets better. You see, he also can keep up and react and combat Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer himself can also cross galaxies, multi-galactic distances within seconds, within a freaking panel. So as you can see, the Prince of Asgard is not lacking in speed himself. Easily in the hundreds of thousands up to billions of times the speed of light himself. As for durability, obviously Goku's durability should be somewhat equal, if not greater, than his attack power, as we did and we have seen Goku blast himself with his own full-powered Kamehamehas, like on his way to Namek when he was training. And he has took blast and hits from other characters on his level. Same with Thor. And Thor's even survived a spaceship the size of a small solar system blowing up on his body. So, in terms of attack power, durability, speed, they seem pretty comparable. They seem very comparable. So now we need to look at the X factors and the other abilities these guys have to bring to the table. Thor can do a bunch of crazy stuff with the hammer Mjolnir. He can control the weather on a planetary scale, manipulate matter, time travel. As I mentioned earlier, he can swing his hammer twice the speed of light, and this allows him to actually time travel in time or back in time, forward in time or back in time, you could say. He also has thousands of years of experience under his belt as well as a warrior, and plenty of stamina, able to fight the frost giants for 9 months straight. Oh, and those abilities I mentioned on his hammer, that's not even scratching the surface of what this thing can actually do. Now, as for Goku, obviously he has his standard ki blast. He can make ki barriers to push things off. He can use his Kamehameha, instant transmission. He can read people's minds, break through illusions, and break out of mind control, since he is stronger than Majin Vegeta as a Super Saiyan 3. He also has the Spirit Bomb and the Kaioken, which neither would really be a factor in this fight, since we're mainly focusing on him as a Super Saiyan 3, and I highly doubt he'll try to use a Spirit Bomb in this situation. So excluding Kaioken and Spirit Bomb, that's what we got to work with. So who do I think would win this epic battle? Honestly, I gotta give it to Thor. More often than not. Clearly, it's pretty clear to see that yes, while they do have comparable attack power, arguably comparable speed, I might even argue Thor is a little faster, and comparable durability, although Thor does have a healing factor, so if you do damage his durable body, he could heal it within a few minutes. But that's where the comparisons end, I'm afraid. You see, Thor literally takes everything else, and sure, Goku does have his standard ki. He can put up his ki barriers to block some of Thor's incoming hacks and attacks, but ultimately that's gonna drain Goku's stamina throughout the fight. And as we know, as a Super Saiyan 3, Goku's stamina is not all there compared to Thor, who can fight 9 months straight against numerous frost giants without really even getting tired out. So right there we have Thor having a huge stamina advantage over Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And that brings me to the final conclusion. Thor should actually win. He has a lot more hacks, such as time traveling. He can manipulate time like that, stop time for a short period of time with his hammer, manipulate the weather, manipulate matter. And if you're wondering if Goku would be able to read his mind, maybe if they were not in a combat situation and Thor let him read his mind. But for one, we've never seen Goku exactly use that during combat. And two, Thor has such a strong will and resistance to mind hacks. I highly doubt Goku's basic mind reading tactic will have any effect on Thor whatsoever. Obviously, you could say Goku is a better martial artist, a more skilled hand-to-hand combatant. That being said, Thor's no slouch. He's been around for a long time, plenty of experience as a warrior, and he does get tactical on occasion as well. So Goku having the martial arts advantage isn't a big advantage in this situation. And yeah, both these guys do like to play around sometimes, and they could get caught off guard as well. That's something they actually do have in common. However, in this situation, let's put them at their best. They're both going at it. Morals off. I got to give it to Thor. In a one-on-one versus battle, in a middle ground, not in each other's universe, just going all at it, fighting for their lives. I got to give this fight to Thor 6 to 7 times out of 10. Yeah, they are close in certain categories. Attack power, durability, speed. But Thor just has so much more on his side going for him. He has a healing factor. He has way more stamina and so much more versatility with that hammer. It's not even crazy. So at the end of the day, at the end of this battle, at the end of this discussion, I got to give it to Thor, Odin's son, after a pretty good battle. But let me know what you think down below. If you want me to do more versus battles like this in the future, let me know as well. As always, have a blessed day, folks. Peace.